Hi! So last week I published a video on the new Suno Studio, and the interest in that video really exceeded all my expectations. I think it was probably the fastest growing video in the first week on my channel. So I guess you guys are really interested in this. At the same time, there were a lot of comments with a lot of questions which I tried to answer as well as I could at the time. And this first video that I made was really about the general setup and features of Suno Studio. But since then I've had some more time with it. So I figured let's make an update actually showing how you can make music with this, stem by stem, and also addressing a lot of the questions that you guys had in the comments. So let's go! Now, a small part of the comments on my first video about Suno Studio were also quite negative. Some people really do not want to have anything to do with AI, especially not in music production or music creation. They seem to basically consider it as pure evil, and I can definitely understand that. It may not be for you if you have created music for many years in the more traditional way. Because these tools and this technology, it can really impact that whole process and how all of this is going to be done in the future. I think that's probably true for the use of AI in the rest of our society as well. I think it will potentially have as much impact as, for example, the invention of the internet did. I grew up without internet and things have certainly changed since then, a lot. Fortunately, a lot of it has also changed for the better. I would not be able to run this YouTube channel without the internet, for example. So yes, AI will definitely have an impact, also on music production, but I hope it will also provide a lot of opportunities like the internet did. And that's really why I want to stay on top of it. Now, I know there's a lot more to this discussion and it could probably be a separate video, but I just want to leave it at that for now and dive into Suno Studio and see how you can actually use it to make music, inspire your own music, generate parts stem by stem, and hopefully get to a great result. Now, there's no one way to do this, of course, because Suno Studio is still a tool like your traditional DAW, and you can use it in many different ways. But let's dive in. Okay, so over here you can see that I'm sharing the screen of my phone with a little melody idea that I recorded in, well, more than 2 years ago. Let's have a short listen. I was always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. Okay, so as you can hear, it's a very short clip. Sounds a bit like a verse to me. The first part I apparently was thinking of some lyrics. The second part I didn't have any lyrics for yet. So let's see what we can do with this in Suno. Now in Suno, they have the so-called concept of workspaces, because previously when you generated stuff in Suno, it all ended up in one big library basically. And they now added workspaces so that you can group files together that belong together. So let's actually create a separate workspace for this. And the easiest way to create a workspace is from the Create tab over here, which is what you can use to create songs. But over here you can also see that you have some sort of library here and the workspace for that library. And the default one is called My Workspace. So let's move up a level. And you can see that I already created a couple of workspaces. But let's create a workspace specifically for this second Suno video of mine. And let's move to Suno Studio now. And let's move to my new workspace. And I actually have the studio part collapsed here, so let's show it. And create a new project here. And rename it again to Suno Video 2. Collapse the library so we have a bit more space. And import this little idea here on the Suno track. Let's rename this to Vocal Idea. You can also change the icon here to indicate that it's a vocal. And I think Suno has analyzed the tempo here as 142 BPM. But in the clip settings over here, you can see that it is still at the original tempo. So let's make sure that it's on beat. You saw that it shifted a little bit. And let's have a listen in Suno with the metronome enabled to see whether it detected the right tempo. I was always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. Well, at least you can hear that it put it on the beat. Now it even provides a kind of description here. A male tenor voice sings a melancholic melody over a simple arpeggiated acoustic guitar accompaniment. I don't hear any acoustic guitar, but hey, this is still a beta version. The vocal delivery is smooth and slightly breathy with a clear, sustained tone. Okay, let's just start simple and add a drum track here. Select where I want to add drums, so that's basically over the whole section. Drums. Now I'm hearing a bit of a modern R&B vibe here, even though I'm not really producing that genre normally, but Suno allows me to experiment with it, so let's have some fun and see what it comes up with. And as I showed in my previous video, it basically produces two versions. So let's have a listen to the first one. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. Let's listen to the other one. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. Okay, that's more than just drums, but I think I like the first one best. So let's copy that to the main track. It was already on there apparently. And let's add some bass here. Again, let's stick to the modern R&B style. Again, 2 takes. Let's listen to the first one here. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. Okay, let's try the second one. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. Yeah, the second part of the vocal line seems to be misplaced at the moment. So let's actually try to fix that by splitting this and maybe moving it a little bit. See, that second part sounds better now. Yeah, not ideal, but more in time now. Maybe we can even merge these together again. Heal edits. Now I am getting a bit tired of my own vocal now. I really want to replace that, so let's see how we can do that. And for that, I'm just going to duplicate this track here. Call this main vocal. Turn off the original vocal, but I do want to copy the part of the lyrics that I was singing. And then see what it comes up with if I just regenerate the vocal for this part. Vocals, modern R&B. I can put in the lyrics that I already had. And the second line is basically in the same kind of rhythm. So after thinking about it, I came up with something like this. I know there isn't an easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Let's now select this part here. And as you can see, the contextualize bar now suggests that I can replace this. In the advanced options, I can say that I want the audio influence to be higher because I really want it based on the part that I'm singing. Style influence can be a bit higher as well. Let's see what it comes up with. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Okay, that's a very loose interpretation of my vocal, but let's see what version 2 brings. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Okay, let's go with version 1 actually. Copy the main track and hide the take lanes again. Now before we further develop this song, if you like this video or find it useful at all, please give it a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm so that it gets shown to more people. Subscribe to the channel and ring the little bell icon so you know when I post another video. For even more support, you can use the super thanks button below the video, which is kind of a virtual tip jar. Or if you're planning to buy anything at one of these stores, I have many affiliate links in the description. And if you click one of those links before you buy at that store, I will get a small commission without any additional cost to you, which is always highly appreciated. But let's take this song a little bit further. And for that, I'm going to open the create section here and I'm going to copy all the tracks that we have so far, except for my own vocal, of course. I'm going to upload that as audio here into the create section. As you can see, it detects my lyrics again, the lyrics that I have at least. And I'm going to say modern R&B here again as style reference. In advanced options, I'm going to say that I want it to stick pretty closely to this example. And I'm going to leave the rest as is. But obviously we need more lyrics. So you can now write your own lyrics or generate some lyrics with Claude, for example, which I found to be particularly useful for lyrics. But let's, in this case, have Suno generate some lyrics by letting it write a full song. And I'm actually just going to give it the lyrics that we already have. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, the second option that it comes up with doesn't really make any sense. That's just what we already had. But the first option, a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, a bridge and a chorus. So let's select this option and see what it comes up with as a full song. Now, if I open here the workspace, you can see that it generated 2 full songs. Let's have a quick listen. I was always everything for you and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy
tell me to turn around and not to feel this pain. And don't say that you were happy. I know that's not true. And I can't.
Let's try the other one.
I was always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Don't tell me to turn around and not to feel this pain. And don't say that you were happy. I know that's not true.
Yeah, so I think I like the last one that I was playing the best. So let's drag that into our project. Close the library and the create section again. Maybe also this one. And zoom out so we can have it in full view. And let's extract the stems so that it's possible to work on the individual parts a little bit more. Let's insert all of those stems. Let's mute the original parts here and have another quick listen.
I was always everything for you, and now you say.
Yeah, I think this is probably still a beta bug. It seems to have sped up twice as fast. So let's see if we can turn the speed down here and listen to what that brings.
I was always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long.
Yeah, so that's much better, right? Seems to be a bug in this beta version 1.0.0, but it was easy enough to correct. Now, even though there is some guitar in there, I would like to actually try another guitar part right from the beginning maybe. So let's duplicate this track, disable this guitar part. Let's say that we want to replace this with guitar. Let's try a neo soul guitar, see what it comes up with. Okay, that's a lot busier. Let's have a listen.
It's always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but don't tell me to turn around and not to feel this pain. And don't say that you were happy. I know that's not true. And
Okay, let's listen to the other version.
it's always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Don't tell me to turn around and not to feel this pain. And don't say that.
Okay, I think I actually like the verse guitar part of this and the chorus guitar part of this. And the original guitar can probably be brought back as well. It doesn't seem very busy, so we can probably combine this. Let's have another listen.
It's always everything for you, and now you say that that is gone. I know there is no easy way to lose, but I've been holding on so long. Don't tell me to turn around and not to feel this pain. And don't say that you were happy. I know that's not true. And
Yeah, so how you then continue with this song, that's really up to you. You can keep replacing parts, maybe adding parts, maybe sing this yourself if you have a vocalist. Add some background vocals, for example. There are a lot of options, and if you're satisfied with the result like Suno produced it at this moment, then what you can do, you can just export it here as a full song. Then it will show up in your library, and after that you can download the audio for this song. What I would probably do is I would download the multi-tracks for all of this, then also download the MIDI for all the instrumental parts, and then fully rebuild it in my own DAW, add some parts, do some real mixing on this, because that's not really possible in Suno Studio at the moment. It's probably also not meant for that. And then fully reproduce the song in my own DAW. But that's kind of out of the scope of this video, but at least I hope I gave you some ideas on how to use Suno Studio to go from a very simple melodic idea to, well, the skeleton of a full song, really, that you can work on further in whatever way you prefer. So let me know how you feel about this, whether you have any more questions, or how you would further develop this song to make it into a full track. Now, you may have noticed that my original vocal idea was changed quite a bit by Suno, but there are some great other tools as well if you just want to replace your own vocal by another vocal that just sounds better as yours. And that's exactly what I'm showing in this video. So check it out, enjoy, and see you soon.